Jess, it's great seeing you, especially here at Sirius XM. There's a reason why you're here in Toronto, and it has to do something with the holiday season, too. What's going on?
You're right, yeah. We're a bunch of reasons I am in Toronto, but the main one is that I have a show tonight at the Harbourfront Centre in Toronto here. So I'm really excited to play that. It's a holiday show. We only did 2 of those this year. Wow. Just kind of getting our feet wet, and we're going to see, maybe hopefully we can do a little more of them next year.
Congratulations on that. We need you to perform here more in Toronto, but it's a early Christmas gift for us, for you being here. But there's another reason why too, because you have a new album release that has to do something with the Christmas season.
Yeah, so we put out a Christmas album. So that's, really exciting. Just wanted to do this for a really long time, and the timing just kind of finally felt right.
Now, when you're putting together a Christmas album, I mean, there are so many things that you can do. You can put original music out. You can go after the standards. What did you decide to do?
I did a little bit of both. I mostly did the standards. My thought process there was to do a lot of covers on it because I wanted people to get to know me. And honestly, I wanted them to know versions of these songs that I grew up listening to kind of in my voice. Yeah, so there is one song on the record that is an original song that I'd written a long time ago. And the reason for including that is because when people go to get a Christmas record, I just wanted them to have all of the Christmas stuff that I'd released kind of in one fancy little package.
Okay, so before I get to the original, I want to get to the other singles. What were some of the standards you decided to choose?
So we did The Little Drummer Boy. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to name them all off the top of my head or not, but The Little Drummer Boy, Sleigh Ride, Winter Wonderland, Mary Did You Know, Oh Holy Night, and then this is a standard for me, but I recently have been told that it's not just a regular standard. I disagree, but it's a Kenny and Dolly song called With Bells On.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and Santa Baby, we did that one as well.
So when you are doing this, of course we're talking about this is stuff that you grew up on, but this is stuff that we grew up on too. Yeah. And you know how sometimes we have our favorite artists who somehow they're just like, they're the standard for this song. How did you make these songs you? How did you bring you out into these songs? To hopefully kids who are growing up are going to go, yeah, I remember Jess singing that song. That's my song.
Well, the cool thing is that we did them, they are very me, but they are a different side of me that we have not necessarily touched on yet, because I wanted this piece to be really timeless so that every year they didn't necessarily sound dated and be like, oh, that's so 1990 or so 2018. I wanted them to be recycled throughout the years and still be just as relevant in 20 years as they are today. So they're a little bit more, they're not quite as pop as a lot of my albums have been and will be, but they are a little bit, I don't want to say they're traditional country because they're not quite that, but I guess you'll just have to take a listen and let me know what you think, but they're a little different.
I'm looking forward to that. Now, the original song that you wrote, what is that one called again?
That one's called Thank God for Christmas.
How did you come up with an idea like this? And I've said this to so many artists for years. To me, I think the toughest song to write is a Christmas song, especially because when you have all those standards that have stood out and you know all the lyrics in these songs, how do you make it original? How do you come up with your own lyrics without sort of diving into the others?
Yeah, I think that that's just like any song. I don't know if that changes a whole lot because a lot of songs, non-Christmas songs, are about love and you're still trying to not step on the toes. So I think the songwriting process was a lot the same for a Christmas song as it was for any other song, except that it just was a Christmas song, which was just strange just for that fact alone. So I wrote it forever ago, and I don't even remember why we had written it, or if it was, or when we did. Like I remember it was like 6-7 years ago, but I don't remember if we were like, let's write a Christmas song today, or if it just happened. But I wanted it to be a part of the album because it's a part of my life, and we released it as a Christmas single a couple of years ago as well. So just wanted it to be a part of a cohesive package.
This package, this Christmas album, I mean, do you kind of think about how, we were just saying about, you growing up and the way I grew up, but we all did over the holidays and, listening to these albums. Think about this, 20 years from now, there could be families who are listening to your album when they're opening up their Christmas gifts or having their Christmas dinner or whatever. That's got to be something really cool to know that you will be part of somebody's tradition that you don't even know, but somehow have connected with.
Yeah, I've never thought about that before, but it's really cool because what's special to me about this album is that it's not just about the way I grew up. I'm kind of the conduit because it's really the way that my brother and I grew up, and my mom and I, my dad and my stepdad and everything. So it's really the way that my family has celebrated our Christmases that we've kind of commercialized and recorded and put out to the world. So that's really special, is that we can hopefully share these new traditions with these families that we don't even know yet.
So I got to ask you though, what was it like growing up, with your family? What was your favorite part of Christmas?
Well, I was always fortunate that even though we had a split family, my stepdad and my dad and my mom, all of our families live in the same small area. So, in the morning we wake up and mom and dad and I, or mom and Robert, depending on the time, we would all get up and do Christmas presents in the morning at our house. And usually we went over to my grandma Diane's for breakfast. And then after that, we would go to, Grandma Rosemary's for dinner then later. So it was always kind of just a rotating. We did a lot of traveling, but it didn't feel like work because we were so close and just a lot of food. We have a fairly small family, even though we're split like that, and so it's totally it's exciting and changing a little bit now, but that's how it was growing up.
Got to ask you though, favorite Christmas gift as a child growing up?
I got a karaoke machine, and
you know what? It's actually part of your bio.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah. So I got a karaoke machine, and my mom created like a little bit of and actually I got voice lessons with that as well. She printed a little note in a binder with some songs and stuff, and told me that I was getting voice lessons. I just had to find a vocal coach, basically. She's like, I don't know, go find one. And my mom had built me in the spare bedroom in the basement of our old house. She put together like a little sound system and a little microphone and CD racks and everything, and I would spend hours down. My mom had to tell me to stop singing because she was worried that I was going to hurt myself.
Yeah, do you go to Mom, do you want me to stop singing now? Probably no.
No, now she's like, you should maybe just actually, she might say yes. She's like, yeah, stay home a little bit. Come home. Yeah.
2018 has been a remarkable year for you. Is there even one highlight? I mean, I just keep thinking about the CCMAs with Shania Twain, that big performance that happened. What would have been your biggest highlight for 2018?
I think getting married.
Of course.
That was a big one. Career highlight, I think you probably named it, being that the CCMA performing with Shania, winning Album of the Year for the first time, and the first time that a female had in such a long time. But overall, as a person, definitely getting married was not only a 2018 highlight, but certainly a life highlight.
Absolutely. 2019. What are we looking at for this?
A tour. I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm heading out in January with some really good friends of mine, with Paul Brandt, High Valley, and Hunter Brothers. So I'm really, really excited to be hitting the road and playing every night and just doing that process all over again.
Could I ask a favor, though? When you go on tour, can you give us a lot of the background stuff, like, little secret videos? Because with this kind of combo together, what we see on stage is going to be immensely exciting. I just want to see what's going on in the background with you.
It's so funny that you say that, because we are for the first time bringing I should say I am for the first time bringing a photographer and a videographer backstage to kind of help us with that process, because it's really hard to do that yourself when you're also doing interviews and media and performing and trying to rest in between and all the social media and everything that goes along with it. So yes, I will do that.
I'm looking so forward to it. Look, congratulations to 2018. Thank you for all the interviews that you've done. Thank you for the Christmas gift that you've given us for the holidays. And more importantly, I cannot wait to talk to you with everything that's happening to you in 2019. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. Great to chat with you.